Hello, my beautiful people. This is Samantha with Texan Sake and Sushi here in the beautiful country of Japan. I've been here for about 7 months now, and I'm sorry to just now get to my channel, but it's been very busy and crazy. But here I am, finally, to give y'all some news and some information that I've known a lot of people have been asking me for. Now, the first is, why Japan? I get this question all the time from everyone, and it's probably one of the most, one, difficult question I get, and two, probably the most annoying question I get, just because I get it so often. When I first got here, I probably got it maybe 7 times a day. It's a very annoying question, but at the same time, I understood why people kept asking me, especially the Japanese people that I was meeting. Now, one, sorry, but I couldn't really get a teaching job anywhere else. Let's just say I tried for South Korea, and because I didn't have any experience with my teaching degree, I wasn't able to get it. But I work for a private company here in Japan. No, not the JET program, so I can't give you any information about that. But if you want to know more, I do have JET friends that I can invite to help give you some more information on that. But again, mine's a private company. For my company, you actually don't need a teaching degree. Good for me is I have teaching experience because of my degree. But I have other teachers, native teachers from Florida and California, that they don't have teaching degrees. One has a degree in science, the other one doesn't have a degree at all. She's here for modeling. So with my company, all you have to do is be from a native English-speaking country. Perfect. And you have to be willing to relocate. If you can do both these things, more than likely you'll get the job. If you like dancing and singing, having fun with kids, then more than likely you'll get the job. Again, it's still a teaching job, but it's more dancing with the kids, singing with the kids, just having regular basic conversations with the kids. It's more of a preschool and an after-school program rather than an all-day school. So with my company, again, private, don't need a degree, but you do need to go through background check, just like any other company overseas, and also interviews. My first interview was with a lady from New York. Very nice lady, had a great conversation with her. Awesome. The second interview I had was with a gentleman here in Japan. We had a little bit of an issue. So, the lady in New York set up our interview time, which was supposed to be for 7 o'clock my time and morning for him. Well, he called me around 6 p.m. and I was actually out. I was at the bar with my friends because I was really nervous, and he called me and was like, hey, don't we have an interview? And I told him, I was like, yeah, for an hour. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, the lady from New York sent me the paperwork and it says 7 o'clock my time, but if you want, we can do the interview now. And he's like, oh, no, it's okay, just send me the email so I can see and you'll be okay. So come to find out, I'm not the only person that this issue has happened to. So again, if it happens to you and you're applying to Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Taiwan, wherever, make sure you have that kind of paper to show that, hey, I'm sorry this happened, but I'm not trying to miss our interview. And again, he was a very great guy. We laughed the whole time. He asked me questions about, why Japan? Again, why do I chose Japan? And, do I smoke? Because the kids can tell if you're a smoker or not. cigarette smoke really kind of clings to your hair and your clothing. And I told him, no, I don't. And we were talking about dancing, and he's like, do you like singing? Do you like karaoke? And I was like, honestly, I don't like karaoke. I'm scared of singing in front of people. Karaoke in America is different than karaoke in Japan. Karaoke in Japan is a private room with either your close friends or coworkers, and it's very laid back. Karaoke in America that I'm used to is you're on a really big stage in front of like 50-something people of strangers you've never met before judging you on your singing. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. But singing, privately with friends and stuff is fine. And singing in front of children and with children, they may judge you, but if they judge you, who cares? Rather than people my age judging me or older, then that becomes a little scary for me. But again, if you want to go teach overseas or travel overseas, I say do it. I'm a big person of following your dreams. I've wanted to, ever since I was little, I wanted to be a teacher and I wanted to travel. So this is my perfect 2-in-1. 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm living my dream and I'm teaching overseas. Now I have not seen everything I wanted to see yet in my 7 months here. I've wanted to go to South Korea to visit, Taiwan, Vietnam, Philippines. I want to travel more of Japan. Last weekend I went to Mount Fuji and to my first hot spring event, I guess you could say. I went to 4 hot springs in 2 days. It was amazing, and as you can tell, I do have a tattoo. And the ones I went to were okay with tattoos, except for the last one. The last one had a big sign at the desk that said, no tattoos allowed. So when I got into the hot spring, I don't know if you could tell, but I had to cover my shoulder. And I was like walking around with this little towel, like, trying to make sure it was all covered. But then this guy walks in, like full bodied out Japanese style tattoos. No one cared. And so my friends were like, look, no one cares. Just take off, show your tattoo. Just don't worry about it. So I was like, okay. Because, I was really nervous about it. But after I saw that, I was kind of more like laid back and relaxing. Because it was an outdoor onsen. So mountains and snow, so beautiful. So beautiful. But I can always talk more about my onsen experience in a later video. But again, this is more just kind of going over, in general, life in Japan and teaching in Japan. And again, there are private companies here in Japan. And again, I'm only talking from my experience personally, so I'm not sure about like other countries or other companies. But there are companies here in Japan that are private companies that accept teachers or people that are wanting to teach even though they don't have a teaching degree. So just please remember that when you are looking up for a teaching job. It is possible. There is a lot of stuff you have to do once you get the teaching degree, and again, that's from passports to work visas to Lord knows how much, what else. But once you get that job, it takes about 2 months before you're able to even come here. Just because of all the paperwork that has to get done, and that has to go overseas and back and vice versa. It's very difficult. I think it took me from December right up until a few weeks before I left in March. So 3 months roughly. So it's a lot of stuff to get done. But again, if you have any questions, please leave comments and suggestions in the box below, and I'm glad to answer them in my next videos. I hope to see y'all again. Bye!